Okay.
I don't know how this works.
You tricked us.
Why does the muted light glow when you're not muted?
So you know it catches your attention and you know you're not muted. But if it's blinking, then you know you are muted.
I hate that.
So I was going to keep us on standby a bit longer, but I saw the question from our musicians, Sky/TedGM, who wins 100, is it 100,000 or a million?
This is why you use commas.
That's 100,000 lions, or Sephiroth. Obvious, Sephiroth can destroy the solar system, but it's 100,000 lions.
See, the thing is, he can't destroy the solar system. He has to send, like, specific opponents to a specific area and destroy that solar system.
Yeah, how many people can he take?
4 at once is the most he's done. So, I kind of think the Lions might have him.
He can only... I feel like he might get overwhelmed if he...
Like, if they all jumped on him at once, if it was a dog pile of lions, I don't think he could take it. But
Okay.
if they were in, like, an open area, he just flies upwards and throws explosions at them.
Sephiroth, without his sword for round 1, with the sword round 2, and then with Supernova round 3, against one Pikmin for every person on the planet, all fighting him at the same time.
Why would you say it like that?
Some might say around 8 billion Pikmin. We've got to be close to 8 billion, right?
I would bet on the Pikmin, even if it was just Olimar's normal limit.
Which is like, what, 70,000?
Yeah, 7,000 at once. It's just that they're tiny. Like, he can destroy them, but you get one of those things crawling into your ear and spitting acid on your brain.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to have an Ant-Man kill?
I think it's likely.
Our Link can shrink down, actually.
Our Olimar videos are going to be age-gated.
Oh gosh. You're going to get a bloody nose again, like with Isabelle.
Not in that way. They're just going to be disgusting. We're going to have Sun take care of all the deaths. He would do a good job.
He would. Sun would. Oh my gosh. What was it I was thinking of having him do the other day? With Ice Climbers versus Duck Hunt. Like, there's certain animators we can give the same ending or same animation to and get very, very different end results. Like the one who did the end of Sephiroth versus Mewtwo. That's the one we're talking about now. Versus someone who did, like, the end of Kirby versus Jigglypuff. Those would have some very different endings.
Sun always comes back to us, and he's like, hey, is it okay if I make the ending extremely gory?
What, by always, we mean twice.
Which has been always.
That
so
is
far.
true. Well, no, he didn't do that on King DDD versus King K. Rool.
Oh, did he do that one?
Yeah, he did.
Oh. I don't know the early ones very well, because you were
And
mostly
I think he
taking
did
care
that entire... I don't want to slander him. I think he did that entire animation in a day.
A day?
Something like that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
He did a lot of it all near the end, and it was pretty dang cool. Let's check some comments, because we've just been talking... Levi says, it's me. We got Crimson Cat saying, yo! Ola from Dr. Hippo Time. Notification Squad from Robert. Thank you so much. If you guys didn't know, the secret of the channel is that we actually have a reward for hitting the bell to get all notifications, which is we often, at least once per battle we do, post a Notification Squad only preview for our videos. So typically, like the first minute of the upcoming battle, you can see it early if you are a Notification Squad member. So hit the bell, hit enable all notifications, and yeah.
Or join the subreddit. I'm pretty sure they all get posted there.
Just join our subreddit, please. We've let it die.
It's sad.
There's someone on there. I can't say their name because
It's just a huge string of numbers.
Yeah, but they're
we
the
notice
most
you.
active.
I call him 9 because it starts with 9.
That's a good name. I'm feeling better than I was. I'm still not feeling super great. Let's see. So, would you composite the Koopalings? Koopalings are having a battle royale, which sounds like it wouldn't be an interesting battle, but it actually is super cool.
I think it might be our most interesting debate we've had so far.
Yeah. At first, we thought it was just going to be Bowser Jr., but there's
like 6 of them that have really good win conditions, and then there's the others.
How many are there total? 7?
I think there are 9. There's 8
okay.
Koopalings and Junior. Maybe there's 6 in Junior.
Let's see.
I don't know.
So what else have we got? So speaking of who wins between 100,000 Lions and Sephiroth, I asked this question on my community tab a few days ago. Who wins between Link from Breath of the Wild exclusively versus a beholder in its lair? Do you want to give a quick rundown of what a beholder is?
Beholders are like giant floating eyeballs that have tentacles made of other eyeballs.
Granted, it's not weak to the eyeball like Zelda bosses.
Right. I actually think its eyeballs might have armor on them.
I hate that.
Yeah. Their tongues, they
so
feel with their tongues like they will go around and touch things just by licking them to try.
I thought you were going to talk about
texture.
like how smart they are.
Well, I was, and then you derailed me with the biology. Anyway, they are extraordinarily intelligent and super paranoid.
They watch Rick and Morty in their spare time.
The combination of which means that they will spend literally their entire lives holed up in like an extremely fortified position, thinking about every possible scenario that could happen and making plans to counter it, and then also every impossible situation and then plans to counter that. Because they think that they are just so perfect and coveted that everything in existence is out to get them.
Why do you sound so angry about that?
I'm not angry. I'm impressed.
But
yeah, so like a beholder would literally have probably 3 or 4 plans for someone with Link's specific abilities coming down and trying to kill him.
And he'd probably have to fight them in pitch darkness in a place surrounded by traps.
Yeah.
I think that the beholder would take it.
I agree.
Actually, I think it depends how fast their I-beams move. Because they themselves can only move 20 feet every 6 seconds. Which I guess is 100 feet every second.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what
this
we
is
would
why people
have.
don't take me seriously.
Is it because you talk about I-beams?
No, it's because I say they can only move 20 feet every 6 seconds, so that's like 100 feet per second.
Oh. I didn't even listen. I just tune you out.
How do you kill a beholder? Beholder, I hardly know her.
You just stab it a lot.
Yeah.
It also
you have to
just
use magic weapons,
destroys magic. Like, by looking at it, if it's looking directly at you with its main eye, all magic is just gone.
I didn't expect this to turn into a D&D discussion, but now I do have questions. Does it negate, like, divine magic from paladins?
It does, but it doesn't negate, like, literally divine magic. Like, I wouldn't negate a god. But if
Okay.
your power comes from one, then yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to think how it would work with Link's...
Well, it will work on artificers who don't even have magic. They just put together mundane items to create magical effects. So I think it doesn't matter if it's technology.
Yeah.
I don't know where the line is drawn between that and normal items, but
I think it's a cool fight. But anyway.
it feels like a Zelda fight.
It does feel like a Zelda fight. Anyway. I-beam is 5 miles per hour. Oh, boy.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
Bruce, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. Will Shrek 2 the anime BR? Battle Royale? How many times is Ink going to make that joke, and why do I laugh at it every time? What joke?
Blank her,
I know.
her.
Every time, I hardly know her. Someone's going to make, when we're rich and famous, someone will make a compilation of all of the times I make that joke. And then I'll know I've made it.
Someone do it now, and then we can just retire the channel.
Get it to...
Did we tell you that we found a
Keemstar.
Shrek manga, by the way, while we were looking through?
Really?
Yeah.
Like official?
Yeah.
Eee.
Yeah, it was published in, like, big magazines in Japan.
We have a
was not
channel in our team server called Whack Bracket that's just full of all the weird crap we find while we research. And we want to turn these into videos, but...
I've got the Motherlode today. Not today. Well, I'm starting to get it scanned today so that
Is
I
it
could
the
translate
Minecraft
it.
manga?
Yeah.
Where they have human fingers?
I got the volumes in a few days ago. I got 3 volumes of the Minecraft manga.
Is that even, like, how does it rank on our canon?
Oh, it is absolutely not going to count for...
Why did you buy them?
I didn't know that. All that I could find was one chapter where things were ambiguous, and then I started looking through the rest.
So, Steve is
And-
Sephiroth, apparently.
Yeah, so I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not actually sure what's happening, but from the look of it, and the one English word, which is mod, that keeps popping up over and over, I think he has the power to mod the game world that he's in. You don't want to show that one off, huh?
No, this is the Animal Crossing
That's
manga.
the Animal Crossing manga. probably not be good to monetize a video and show that one.
All of our streams get demonetized anyway for one reason or another.
Really? That's sad.
No, our patron ones do.
Oh, well, that's because I like play games and listen to music.
Yep. Oh, excuse me.
What's the next episode of Super Smackdown going to be?
I think that's going to be Boo versus Gengar.
Nice. The Halloween episode?
Yeah, we were going to have another one before that, but we had some changes in our scheduling and some other administrative stuff. So that one ended up being pushed back. So yeah, Gengar versus Boo is coming next on Halloween. So we got a bit of a wait for that one. But we're building up building up a bit of a backlog. I need to go get a cough drop soon, but...
Okay. It takes a while to start getting things out regularly because we've started on a ton of them at once, but it takes so long to make.
Oh, do your best me impression after a battle.
Me?
Ready? And there you go. Here's the thing. I didn't even realize I said that.
Really?
For like the first...
You scripted.
I copy the script. Like... I used what I did before as a template, so I just didn't even realize it. And then someone pointed it out, and now I'm all self-conscious about it. So if you listen to my last one, I'm kind of like, and there you go. Like, I was just in my own head.
Just pretend that it's a catchphrase.
Wubba lubba dub dub. I didn't even mean to say that one. I meant to say Zooey Mama. Zooey Mama, I hardly know her, Mama.
Rick would be fun to have in SmackDown.
He would. I saw... Levi asked about the live action battle, but...
Levi? I feel like he should know about that.
What details can we give on it?
Oh, that's fair. It's live action.
I will say, have we said who's in it? At least one of the parties?
I think Levi confirmed that, yes.
Yeah, so it's Paul Blart versus his opponent, and Levi has said that it isn't a super flattering role to ask people to play, believe it or not.
Yeah. Did he talk to that guy?
I don't know. I haven't talked with him.
Gotcha.
You go ahead and catch up on some of these, because I gotta go.
Paul Blart is such a fun character to use in a battle, but like his entire character is that he's a joke. So it is kind of hard to find someone for that. Also, we don't know anything about live action. Levi does, though. He's helping us. So everyone thank him for making it possible. We've got like a stunt coordinator for it, he said. And just tons of people involved. So it should hopefully turn out pretty well. A lot better than I expected, at least. What episode am I most excited for? I am most excited for a lot of them, really. I'm really excited for Olimar versus Piranha Plant, and Snake versus Joker, and Bayonetta versus Corrin. I know that one, a lot of people are saying it's a huge stomp, and it probably is from the little bit that I've seen, but I think it will have super fun animation. Are we compositing Olimar and Alf? I don't think we've actually decided. We've talked about a few ways to handle that. I'm not sure that they have meaningfully relevant differences, though, except for the Pikmin they control, I guess, which we probably would composite. Let's see. Who would win in a fight between Peach versus Daisy? Well, Peach has a lot more feats, so probably her. But I guess I don't know. Which software do we use to animate? I think the animators use Adobe Animate primarily, or Flash. But I'm not super involved with that. Neither of us have watched Iron Man versus Batman yet. Let's see. Would you have Bandana Waddle Dee directly scale to Kirby in striking strength, or does he have his own feat? He does have his own feat, from the same thing that Kirby gets it from, punching the planet in half. Just not quite as strong. But he does real well there. In general, I do have rules for scaling. I've got them all typed out. I've just been like sick and then really busy, so I haven't gotten to share them yet. I still need to clean them up and share them, and I'm going to turn it into a video. But we do have rules for scaling. I might go over those when Ink's back if people are interested. So later in the stream, someone remind me if you want to hear me go over those. Any chance for Pit versus Shulk? Yeah, there's definitely a chance for round 2 and losers bracket, round 2 onward and losers bracket. The matches are going to be decided largely by the patrons. So if you want to help influence what's coming, then you can donate $15 there.
What I miss?
I've just been answering questions.
I feel like I'm so low.
You are. You intentionally lowered your seat.
Oh, did I never put it back up after that?
No. I'm really hyped for Oogway versus Iroh. Me too.
That's one of my most wanted. Which, by the way, should we kind of outline what we're doing on the stream? We haven't talked about it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and outline that for me.
So, we don't have a visual, so I need you to visualize it right here. You can use whatever font you'd like. So, stream outline. We're going to be doing questions submitted to us in our Discord server and our community tab. Kind of about anything, I think we let that open too. And then I think we should probably go through and answer some of the most common questions from Bill versus Sephiroth. We'll probably go through the comment section and pull up recurring things we see. Spoiler alert, a lot of people think that Bill can do things that he just can't do. That's a quote from him. And then...
It's not a quote from me. I said it much more harshly.
Oh, yes. And then, let's see. Then we should probably... we're both going to do or talk about our 5 most wanted matchups. Somewhere around there. And then after that, we'll react to a couple of videos, whether it's Death Battle or another Galaxy Grudge match or something like that. Or it wasn't Galaxy Grudge match. Whatever we saw last time, Multiverse match. They had Daffy versus Donald.
Oh,
it was really
right.
cool. I like doing the smaller stuff like that, but we're so small that I don't think it really helps people. But
no,
it's still cool to see when you make something.
I think everyone who watches our streams also watches every other Versus channel, so they already know about them.
Yeah. And then we will end with a song.
No.
And that'll be the stream. So, here's
right.
a test, because I forgot. What's first on the agenda?
That would be questions. I'll start going through Discord. You pull any questions that are interesting. The first question is, how do we handle meme characters? Like this really creepy Luigi, for instance.
What counts as a meme? I know a guy named Ink Thinks who has a whole video on that, actually. Meme characters. And it was guest starred in by Anartemis, who voices Ryu and Sephiroth and Palutena. So yeah, go check that out. Look up Ink Thinks meme characters in Smash. The problem with
that is not an answer.
It is a really good video. I like that video. In general, I don't think we'd handle them differently, other than maybe give more leniency when it comes to lore contradicting something.
I think that people aren't, like, I don't think the question is asking meme characters like how it's a meme to have Gino in Smash or Waluigi. They're meaning like literally memes on the internet.
Shrek isn't a meme.
No, not Shrek. Like literal memes.
Like Sharkmander.
Yeah.
Sharkmander versus Inky.
No.
Or Bendy, that's his name.
I don't think we would use them. If someone makes us use them for the Patreon rewards or the Kickstarter rewards, then I need to rethink my life.
We probably will say they're both feetless and talk about the background of both, and then tell our animator, do whatever you want. It's a meme battle.
That's reasonable.
Don't make us do it.
Please no.
Or we'll write our own fan fiction and use that.
It is not the first time. What is 1 + 1? How are you doing? That's the whole sentence. Don't do math on this show.
How are you doing?
Doing fine.
My throat feels awful. It hurt less after my tonsil surgery. That's not true. But here's something. So I've been sick the last few days. That's part of the reason we didn't have Greninja versus Diddy out. I've had like surgeries, bad sicknesses. I've broken my finger in half in jiu-jitsu, and I've been fine working through it, like still trying to rest. For the last weekend, like last 4 days, I literally couldn't even make myself pick up my phone for most of the days. Like someone would message and be like, "Hey, Ink, you just funded your Kickstarter, which is like your dream. So go say congratulations." And I couldn't do it.
Glad you're feeling better.
I'm doing better. It got better. Anyway.
I just got over being sick too, so that's nice.
Why are you pausing and looking at me?
I don't know. I know you probably can't say anything about Pepsi Man versus Captain Falcon, but I have to know, will the battle song have jazz in it?
Almost certainly.
It really needs to.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite part about working on Bill Cipher versus Sephiroth?
I had a lot of fun with the writing session we all did together at the end. My favorite part, though...
Real quick, yes, you can still donate to the Kickstarter.
Yes,
There's
please.
also one more spot left for funding your own battle if you've got $800 burning a hole in your pocket.
So if you want to see Sharpmander versus Real Lemon... If you
I
want to
would
see
cry.
Real Lemon versus Ink Thinks live action, all it'll cost you is $800.
I'd get beat up for $800.
Anyway,
We could save so much money on filming.
we could,
We'll just do it in this room, on this setup.
I
live
came
on
up
stream.
with a new sport, actually, which is Smash MMA. Because you had chess boxing, you do a round of Smash, and then you do a round of MMA. That's the sport.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Did we get to?
Oh, I think they meant our favorite part of the animation.
No, he said about working on it.
Oh, okay. What was your favorite part of the animation?
Of the animation. That's a good question. I mean, the anime or cosplay convention, that was great.
It's up there, but I think my favorite might be Cloud getting chopped in half with the scream that Red Peacock did with it.
That
It's
was such
so
a good stream.
Anyway.
My favorite part about working on the episode was getting to go through all the Gravity Falls stuff. That was super fun and interesting. Ink hates the show, but I thought it was really
hate
good.
the show. I just thought it was...
I think the
Fine.
show was good. Like, I really liked it, but I felt like it got a lot better going through all the, like, secondary material and seeing that side of things. So...
I was expecting a, like, Avatar The Last Airbender level of show, because that's how people talk about it.
yeah.
And it wasn't that.
I love that show so much.
Avatar or Gravity Falls?
Avatar.
We should make an episode with it.
We should.
Vin
That's-
versus Korra.
Maybe.
Spook versus Toph is so cool, and no one would like it. No, well,
Yes,
everyone-
they would. The animation
They just don't
would be
know they
great.
want it.
Everyone would be like, that's stupid. I've never heard of this guy. And then they
Okay.
would watch the animation.
We need
and
to
be
get
like,
an Audible sponsorship and then do a book club where we go through Mistborn and then...
Why don't we get Brandon Sanderson
about
to
beats.
sponsor us, and he can come on the video and give us the canonical strength for his characters? I think there's
That's-
a non-zero chance of
There's
that
a
happening.
decent chance that he would... People don't want that. They don't... Okay, actually, I'm curious. If you guys had the option to have us pull the creators of each character to give us exact stats for how strong each one is, would you rather that or measure, like, birds and stuff to figure out how strong and fast?
I think we might be able to get him to like write a custom short story where like, hey, this is where we have Vin. Should she be more powerful? And he responds with a short story with her doing more impressive stuff.
He doesn't do short stories. I saw like a workshop with him where he was supposed to write something that was like a paragraph and he wrote 3 pages.
That's how I write. Okay. Sorry for the second question, but rate Papyrus drip out of 10. Like a 4.
He looks like a high schooler. Oh my
Except
gosh, he
dead.
does. Okay, picture this image with the words, "It's not that cold outside." That's the exact vibe it gives off. Is those people you see in like minus 90-degree weather walking around in gym shorts.
That was me in high school.
Yeah. Let's see. Am I missing any questions in chat?
This one is asking questions about the
Drink some tea.
next time on Death Battle, which I won't spoil because people really care about that for some reason that I don't understand. But I'm very excited for it.
I want this to be a community tradition, which is every Death Battle, every like big show coming out, our community is like the head of a counter spoiler like force. Everyone just makes their own ending or fake spoilers that have to be believable, and then you post that. Because then the real spoilers get drowned out. It's basic morality. Oh, I'm gonna lose my voice.
Why don't you just mine for the rest of the stream?
Sounds good.
Question for Ink. Are you aware that Sephiroth is cursing you? Think about it. Every time you've used him, you've gotten sick. One time in the hospital. Sephiroth doesn't like you.
Okay. I'll take the curse for the view count that he gives us.
We do get a lot of views on his videos.
I think it's coincidence, though, because I think the first one is because of Pop It, and the second one is because of Bill Cipher.
Yeah, maybe. Which episodes are we which death battles are we remaking besides Ken versus Terry and Tent Battle Royale?
TMNT.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's not that we're remaking them. We
doing
just do
their own
things
take.
different.
I think those are it, though, right? I guess
If you want to count Mario versus Sonic.
Luke, we're doing that?
Archie Mario versus Paper Sonic.
Right. I guess kinda. That's very different, though.
Here, give your thoughts on this while I drink some water.
You can't say Archie Mario, though, because everyone gets sad that didn't happen. He almost had an Archie coming. Can you rate the matchup I want to do personally? Steve versus Sans, the two biggest indie characters out there. Sans would get absolutely destroyed because he doesn't have feats.
Neither does Steve.
Steve can do things, though. Like, Steve doesn't have any physical stats, but he's got a huge arsenal and, like, tons of abilities. And Sans can stand still.
That's true.
And do weird things with the heart.
People put him crazy high. Here's something. I wrote a post on some subreddit right as we were starting. It's one that I think is controversial among versus debaters. I don't remember.
About not making people fast?
Oh yeah, it's called your character doesn't have to be your character doesn't have to be massively faster than light for you to love them. And I stand by that. Because when everyone's super, no one is.
I saw someone suggest the 25th BAM versus Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I know BAM.
I don't know either of those.
I thought I knew the other one, but then I realized I was thinking solo leveling, which is not what you said.
Andrew Lamore, I keep seeing you say read my questions, and I don't see any of your questions. Sorry. Let's see. Smash Battle, we will be answering from the community post after we get through Discord.
Oh,
it was character rant.
Let's see. How big do you see the show getting, and where do you see the channel going after Smash Bracket Tournament? I think eventually we're aiming to have the entire world as our audience and transition to live action real fights where we just pit two people against each other. I
have a different idea. I think I do think it's a channel that eventually, like within 5 years, will be multi-million. I have high hopes for that. My goal after the bracket ends, though, is to discontinue the channel and use the clout to sell essential oils, because we'll just be able to get so many people. And here's the good deal. Actually, I shouldn't go down this.
We need to give real question or answers.
Most of that was
people can't tell when we're kidding.
Yeah, that's true.
I was the problem too, but really though, I don't know. I will get as big as we can. We want to reach people and get money to make better episodes, but I don't really have firm expectations on it.
Yeah,
it's hard to know. Keep the channel going after Smash Bracket and have a few ideas on how, but nothing concrete at all.
Yep. Hot take. Ink is actually just universal and not multiversal, and does not scale to lemon. Overhyped, to be honest. Well, out of the two of us, which of us has been beaten up by a 13-year-old girl who's like 60 pounds?
That was not me.
That was me. I should give context for it, because it makes sense, but it's so much funnier if I don't.
Okay, then. So, moving on. I am skipping your mean questions, I've decided, because...
And then once again with Ryder Robin, I see you saying, answer my questions, please, and I don't see any of your questions.
Just, if you post the question again, we're likely to see it.
I see, do me, answer my question, do me.
But if you don't post your question, we're not going to scroll up and find it. Smash Battle was the one asking if we could go here, though, but his question is stupid. Oh, he's got a less stupid question later, so I am skipping.
Wait, what was the stupid one?
What is the quadratic formula of pepperoni pizza times MC squared to the 50th of a one-winged angel subtracted by Kirby?
14.
You must answer this.
14.
Okay,
Anyway, why was that stupid? You're so mean.
In the anime, when Pokemon that use Double Team attack, the clones also attack, or attacks also do damage. Did you take that into consideration when going over Pokemon? I think it's kind of ambiguous whether they deal damage or just look like they deal damage, but it hasn't been a meaningful factor in any battles anyway.
Yeah.
So luckily we didn't have to make a call. Have you ever thought of adding 3D maps to your sprite fights like Death Battle does? I think it would be easier to just have a 3D background there than to use 2D backgrounds.
We were going to do that with Diddy versus Greninja, but it didn't quite pan out, I don't think. But it's been in the talks. I don't necessarily love how it looks, though.
I have never noticed that they do that.
If we watch the new Death Battle today, I think you'll see it.
I mean, now that it's pointed out, I'm sure I will.
Oh, my throat hurts. Oh, wait, I did see a question. Oh, yeah, so this is why Sans is fast.
He has a speed of... Okay, Lightning doesn't have a speed... Okay, I should read the whole thing. From what I understand of Sans, he has a speed of roughly 270,000 miles an hour via scaling to Frisk, who dodges Lightning, while having weak physical strength and durability. Steve has durability 3.03 kilotons of TNT. Or kilo TNT. Maybe that's different. Anyway, yeah, so Lightning doesn't have a real speed. Everyone lies. It's not true. There's
something
no
that's
universal...
consistent.
The return stroke is consistent.
So what is lightning? Like, what are the different parts? I'm testing you.
Okay, so lightning starts out in the clouds when all of the ice and debris starts like smashing into each other, and it changes the ionization of the crap in the clouds. And then the let's see. I think it's the negative side is on the bottom, and the positive is on the top. And the negatively charged bottom part of the cloud attracts the positively charged crap on the ground, and it sends a bolt of lightning between them. I might have that reversed. It goes both ways, but one of them is way more rare and called positive lightning, but I don't remember which direction it is, and it made me forget what I knew before. Anyway, the important part is that when lightning starts, it sends out a bunch of little feelers called lightning leaders, or ladders? I've forgotten all the terminology. Anyway, they skirt around and they look for something to hit, and then once they find something, it reaches out and the lightning comes up from that object into the clouds.
So from the ground to the sky.
Yeah. And
that's actually really cool.
It is super cool. When it comes from the ground up, that's called the return stroke, and that is pretty consistently at the 1/3 the speed of light. But the leaders, those are not at a consistent speed whatsoever.
We reached out to an astrophysicist who should be like really good at stuff like this. He teaches courses on it at university, and we were like, hey, do you have any leads for like the speed of lightning? And his response was basically, I don't know, man, lightning's really complicated.
But I've seen speeds, like a lot of research papers about speeds of lightning ranging anywhere from 200 miles an hour to like 270,000 miles an hour. There's a huge range, and it's not consistent. And I have a video that I love of a windshield wiper wiping while the leaders move on the lightning bolt, and it's great because it's obviously not moving at thousands of miles an hour. But
Composite
It's just
windshield
dumb.
wiper. Let's get that made.
Faster than Sonic.
Oh, man. Anyway, also, this isn't related to whether or not they have feats that qualify, but for me, Undertale was just like this story about this dude who goes down there with just regular monster people who are just chilling. And you can either be nice and chill with them or kill them all. Don't you feel like it, like for me, damages it a little if they're moving 270,000 times, or 270,000 miles per hour?
I
Like-
always thought the whole point was monsters are just ridiculously weak.
I thought the point is that monsters are just people like you and me.
But, like, super weak. Because they're not human. And humans are way stronger than monsters.
Yeah. Same thing with, like, Fire Emblem, or what's that other game that fits this? Fire Emblem, maybe not so much.
Mother.
We're not
That
going to
doesn't-
get into that one.
That doesn't have any strong characters.
Not going to get into that. Anyway.
Alright. Let's go back through the community channel here.
Oh, this is a really easy question to answer, and it's the one that Andrew's asking. Can Sonic move 9 times light speed in Sonic Unleashed?
No.
Nope.
What character would you like to see as the final DLC for Smash Bros. Ultimate? Someone who has one game with very straightforward feats, and that's it. That's my only requirements.
Who would be cool to fight Kazuya?
I mean, there'd be a lot of cool people.
I want Soul Bad Guy to be a Mii costume and then to be fellowshipped in to fight Shulk.
That'd be neat.
Um,
I hear he's crazy strong, but I played his game once against Wind, and I thought he was lame.
if I could choose anyone who won't, by the way, meet your criteria, it would it would be Agumon.
Hakuman is great.
Yeah.
I would love to see him as the final pick. That would be really fun.
Frisk could dodge sound-based attacks from Greater Dog. Greater Dog? Wait. I hardly know her dog.
Stop! How long will it take Smash Bracket Season 1 to end, and when will you consider doing a Season 2? Season 1's going to be going on for at least a couple of years, I think.
About one more year.
About one more year. Really? We're going that fast?
Yep. First battle of Season 2 will be posting almost exactly a year from now, I think.
That's weird.
If we get funding and we can post more, then maybe sooner than that. And that's not counting Losers Bracket.
As for starting Season 2, I think we'll start it pretty soon after that. I don't think we want to have too long of a break.
Like a 3-week break scripted in.
Yeah. What is your favorite fight that has happened, and what fight are you looking forward to? Just ever, or in our series? I think our series.
Yeah, probably our series.
Uh,
Every new one we do is my favorite, honestly. I know you're not that way, but I am.
Yeah. I don't know. What would be my favorite?
Although that's such like a diplomatic answer. I need to pick one.
You do.
Rob versus Lucina, dang it.
I like a lot of them. I really like Meta Knight versus Marth. I really like the what's it called?
Doom Guy versus the Upside Down.
Yes, actually. Ganondorf versus Isabel. That one had Doom Guy in it. And for what I'm really excited for, I think the one I'm most excited for that's coming up soon is the Minecraft Battle Royale. I think that one is going to be really unexpected for people. Not
Yeah.
necessarily the outcome, because we haven't decided that. I just think that
No
it's
one
gonna be-
reads the awesome novels.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Also, I want to decide that we're compositing monsters with the manga, because we could do some fun stuff.
That would...
There's a tiny creeper that rides on a zombie's shoulder and talks.
Here's something. Who will read it to disprove us? No one. It's not online.
Actually, that's the trick, is we just make crap up about the manga, and then that will get other people to translate it for us to prove us wrong.
Actually...
I'm not going to do that, but I'm really tempted to do that. I might do that. What's the difference between a cucumber and a pickle? One of them is pickled.
Oh. Here's a joke. What's the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain?
What?
So you're the one that got the shower curtain all dirty.
Oh, you got me.
Woo! That's...
I don't feel bad for you. Using death battle logic, who would win between Bill or Sephiroth? Definitely Sephiroth. Bill,
Death battle logic?
I mean, Bill
I think
doesn't
they just mean
have
general
things.
verses.
The,
Now would be a good time to talk about dimensional tiering.
it's not even a matter of dimensional tiering. It's that Bill doesn't have anything from higher dimensions. We could talk about that if we
They
wanted
say-
to rail.
11 dimensional characters, or 11 dimensional characters are scared of him.
That is false. There's no source on that quote.
Lemon is scared of Doki Doki Literature Club, and
That
is
is true.
That is in a different dimension.
I think that makes me scale to 2-dimensional.
But then that scales to Monica, who's 11 dimensional.
Oh, she's 3-dimensional then?
Oh, my throat.
To mention dimensional tiering, we're not treating that as an indicator of strength.
Well, what is dimensional tiering?
Basically, the thought is that if you exist on a higher dimension, then you can, like, you're just infinitely greater than anything on lower dimensions. So basically, like, imagine a piece of paper being the second dimension, and you're just incomparable to that. That's the idea behind dimensional tiering, is that when you add a new axis, it just puts you so far above anything else that stats are irrelevant. And it kind of makes sense, because, like, when you try to use 3-dimensional formulas to describe 2-dimensional phenomenon, it doesn't really work. We can't figure out the volume of a 2-dimensional object because it doesn't have volume. And so there are ways you could describe destruction as requiring 0 energy from our perspective, and therefore say that we're just infinitely above 2-dimensional things. But it's not a fully accurate picture of how things operate.
Do you need water, by the way?
No,
You
I'm
sound
good.
like you need it. Okay.
Maybe
Well, then,
later.
Sorry for roasting you.
It's just that I'm still congested a bit.
Oh, me too.
But yeah, it's just that I think when you start describing things of different dimensions interacting, it's not something that you can easily describe using the normal formulas, but it's not because one of them is infinitely higher. It's just that the extra dimension adds a new way to operate, new ways to move around. It's a huge advantage if you can actually operate in higher dimensions, but it's not like it makes you invincible or God automatically.
Yep.
But yeah. So
That's something we saw come up a lot in the Bill Cipher one, which, by the way, he's from a lower dimension.
Yeah, he is 2-dimensional.
That's the whole point of the show.
It was. He also couldn't become 3-dimensional without trillions of years of waiting. But we'll get more into Bill versus Sephiroth stuff later. Where's my place? Go over comments from the YouTube while I find this.
So, in basics, Bill is just a 2D god that loses most of his powers in 3D.
He's not a 2D god either. He's just a 2D guy.
Just a guy being a dude.
He burned down some part of the second dimension, which was probably at least a planet.
Oh, here's a question I can answer while you do that. What is more terrifying? Angry Sonic fans or angry Mario fans? Neither to me, honestly.
I mean, we cut off the angry Mario fans pretty early on by redoing the video, or saying we were. So they basically have stopped, but the Sonic fans never stop.
But they shoot themselves in the foot. Because basically didn't bring up any arguments we didn't already see. By the way, I am a Sonic fan myself. I'm not like part of the Sonic fan base, but I like Sonic. And it works out with me because I get to make animations and videos. Well, I get to post animations and make videos about a character I really like. And if he wins, people are happy. If he loses, people are so angry that they help our algorithm like crazy. Like, Sonic vs. Fox was really good for the channel. It's something you see actually on... you can go to analytics for Death Battle, actually, and see a similar thing. When they post a controversial video who has, like, a wrong loser or an angry fan base, they have a short drop off in subscribers and then a massive jump. And that's what happened here. So I do feel for people who are upset when their characters lose. But I just, like, I don't even like Fox's games. I think he's awesome now in animation, especially if he gets his multiplayer weapons, which I have to find a way to rationalize.
Wait till the manga comes in. We've had like 6 Star Fox manga.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. But yeah, I'm just happy to talk about Sonic. People won't like it, and that's okay, because I'm not necessarily making it for them. I'm not saying he loses. We haven't figured that out.
But he definitely loses. That's not true.
People are going to think you're being serious. This
I have
happens
no
every
idea.
time.
Okay, we've got a lot of questions from the Gabe. So, question 1. How much cash are the two of you getting? Money from work. Always was an interesting topic for me, because normally both of you pay a heck ton of money for Smash Bracket, so it'd be good to know if you actually have the cash for it and, well, don't run out of money.
So, in the last 48 days on YouTube, we have made $396.
Which is almost enough for one episode.
Yeah, each animation is probably averaging about 500. Music is 75. And yeah, so that's like on the cheap end. We make money from doing stuff outside of this, but we're definitely running Smash Bracket at a loss right now.
Basically, all of my money that I'm not spending on basic expenses is going into the channel right now.
Yep. Mine too.
I don't like it. I mean, I love the channel, but I want to have money and stop burning through my savings. Please give us money. Only if you can afford it. We do need support to keep the channel going, but like we don't want people to go broke over it.
Yep.
That's our job.
Although here's something. I saw a video about like entitled streamers or creators who demanded that their fans watch their content and pay them for it. And while it's obviously morally objectionable, that video had like millions of views, and if you look at their social statistics, their subscribers climbed way up after that video was posted because they got so many more eyes on them. So listen here, crap mongers. All right, what's the next question?
Once you said that you'll make... This was a joke. Once you said that you'll make the Pokemon trainer, him or herself, fight Ness. Was that just a joke, or was it meant to be honest? It was a joke. We're giving the Pokemon trainer their Pokemon.
We need to get one of those soundboard buttons, or soundboard things, where we have a button that says, like, I'm joking.
We need to just not make jokes. Have you watched the Hobbit movie, and if yes, what are your thoughts on the dwarfs as a team? I have not watched the movie. I read the book, and I hated it.
I saw The Hobbit when it came out in theaters. I don't know much about the dwarfs, but I am shocked that I haven't seen a Lord of the Rings character in Death Battle. Those are my thoughts.
That is really weird.
My voice. Legolas versus Drizzt is a stomp, but it's cool. Gimli versus Draven. Come on.
We're gonna do your matchups later.
Those aren't even on... Well, maybe they're on my top 5.
What is your opinion on Death Battle's Iron Man versus Batman episode? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. By the way, thank you, Wind, for that. Oh, are we lagging for you all?
Wind became a God tier subscriber, which is what was being thanked.
Why did I suddenly get 1,000 different notifications when I just tried to click on this window? I don't know why it's laggy. I'm sorry about that. Our internet usually is pretty stable down here as long as I'm going off of Ethernet. I don't know what to do about that.
Just ignore it and it'll go away. Do you think Ness, if he had an adult form, you know, stronger, smarter, more experienced overall,
you would think,
could beat Goku with the Smash Bracket rule set?
If he had a game in a different genre, maybe.
I haven't looked into Ness, but the arguments I've seen for Ness sound very speculative and not like they're based on things that Ness can actually do. So, I mean, if he were stronger and smarter and just a different character, it would be really hard to say what he could do. So, I don't know. Why did you guys name yourselves Ink Thinks and Real Lemon?
I
used a random name generator.
Yeah. For me, Ink was my name, like my tag when I was competing in Melee in college. And yeah, my last name has the word pen in it, and pens have ink, and I have pen in my last name. And that was my thought process.
You said that twice.
It was necessary. So yeah, that's that was my thought process. And then I added thinks on it because it was like video essays stuff for speculative stuff. And there you go.
If Ink would be fighting Lemon in Super Smackdown, who would win?
It depends what we're doing.
It would be Ink.
I do have a reach advantage.
And experience.
And experience
strength.
fighting. And I am not fast. Here's a story. Or strong. Here's a story though. So when we were younger, it was like that time where you were inside a lot. Like not feeling very well, and I thought, well, now is my time to assert my dominance. I'll challenge him to a race for a cheesecake or something. You probably don't remember this. I was like, I'll race you to that wall and back. And I don't know where this energy came from. I'm trying to think of, like, do you know an Attack on Titan where, I think her name's Sasha, I don't remember, but she, like, grabs the potato at, like, absurd speeds and then is on the other side of the screen just eating it? That's what happened. And it was terrifying.
I don't remember.
I had been doing football for a year. Like running every single day, doing sprints every single day. And I stood zero chance. That's that story.
It's like the Snorlax Z move. Or
faster than
Dynamax
like Lemon.
Move.
Yeah, someone put that on the wiki. He's
I am
confirmed
faster than
Lemon.
birds. Sometimes.
Are you? Birds
I mean,
can be pretty fast.
I can move towards birds and they run away from me. So I think that makes me faster than them.
Excuse me.
I never see Mountain Time. This makes me happy. That's not a question, but yay. What makes you decide what matchups to choose for Super Smackdown? One of them we have chosen, which was Archie Sonic versus Paper Mario, which Ink chose to make people mad. The rest
That's
of them
not
are
entirely true.
rewards for the researchers or patrons. Or, like, giveaways.
Yeah, we have a couple of giveaways where the community is able to choose. Like, we have a Discord server chosen matchup, Zero versus Shadow. This is getting real tough for me. Most of them are going to be chosen by our patrons, though. And for Season 1, most are chosen by our researchers. Each of them got to choose a dream matchup because we aren't able to pay very much since we're just starting out. So far at all, but that's changing. Changing.
If you guys want to join the Patreon or YouTube memberships, it's $15 a month to get on the tier where you get to vote every month to choose a matchup.
And there's no commitment for a minimum number of months.
Right. There's not too many members still, so your votes can go really far. We've had several people already choose their dream matchups, and more are going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you think the final winner of Smash Bracket will be someone that could have lost if they fought other characters?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely.
I don't know if there's anyone on the roster who could beat every single other person on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a better idea of that, I guess, at the end, but
Once
so
we
far...
actually look at all the characters.
Yeah. So far, I haven't seen anyone who is just so incredibly strong that they could beat everyone else with no contest.
Like, Sephiroth would beat Mewtwo, but probably would lose to Lucina.
Lucina?
He couldn't make herself kill her. He's very nice. He's never killed a woman.
That's definitely canon.
I cannot stop coughing, and I am sorry, Wind.
What is the next planned Super Smackdown? I think someone already asked that.
Greninja versus Boo. Or not Greninja. Gengar versus Boo, October 31st. And then after that, we'll have regular posting because the Kickstarter will have ended.
Does the tournament follow a set structure where whoever wins one fight will go against whoever happens to win another fight in the next round? Or are the round 2 matches going to be decided after round 1 is over to keep some fights thematically interesting or story-driven? The second one. We're going to be choosing custom matches for every round, I guess except the final. That one we won't have much choice. Mm-hmm. And most of those are going to be decided on by patrons.
Or spite. If we hate a character,
True.
we want them out.
Yeah. Also,
that was a joke.
Also, how are the winners of the Samuses and the Pits going to work in round 2? Are they just going to be treated as separate entries? Will they have to face off in round 1.5, or will they get to be tag partners? Yeah, we're treating it internally as 2 separate fights. We're just combining them for the animation because it's cool and fun.
Yep.
What has been your favorite episode to work on so far on either Smash Bracket or SmackDown? Favorite to work on?
Lucas versus Wario, because I got to replay Mother 3, which is one of my favorite games ever. And the script is super fun.
What did I say? I just answered this question the other day. I don't remember.
You said Duck Hunt versus Ice Climbers.
That was not it.
Because the research team did a ton.
That was it. That was a different question, though. That was for, like, which one am I most proud of as a team? Which I am, because they did everything. I'm basically not involved in that episode. And it's awesome.
Here's a question. You can answer that while I get a tissue. I'm confused by it, but it's a question I've seen pop up.
Why do you guys kill characters instead of just knocking them out? We do both. So it just kind of depends on who's fighting. Sometimes we, like, if there's no clear way that someone would win without killing their opponent, then they have to. But usually we try and go for whatever is most likely to get them a win and most in character. Let's see. Is the Koopaling Battle Royale still happening? Yes, it is. I think we're getting close to starting on that one, but I'm not sure. Got all our research done for it, at least. What is your favorite animation? 3D sprite or hand-drawn? If you mean type of animation, mine is definitely 2D, or hand-drawn. Why did you do Bill versus Sephiroth? It's such a random match that it really wasn't all that interesting to me. That one was a reward for someone who, I believe they were the winner of a giveaway. I think that's what that one was. Where we just chose a random person in the community and let them choose their dream match, and that was it. Or actually, I think they couldn't decide, so they let the Discord vote on a bunch of characters that they liked, and the winner, the 2 with the most votes were Sephiroth and Bill, so we wanted them to fight each other. Can my question be about the nature of reality? P.S. That was my question. I guess so. Why wouldn't Bill be able to teleport away from the supernova, or am I just being stupid? I mean, the supernova affects the entire solar system, so he can't get far enough away. I mean, I guess you could say he could maybe fly through space, but he's never actually been shown in canon to be able to do that at speeds that would matter. The blast of the supernova is going at least light speed. Arguably faster based on the animation. Is mayonnaise an instrument? It is not. When will DDD versus K. Rool alt ending come out? It will not. So for that one, we had some problems with the files for the background, and that got lost. So I think we actually have the alt ending done, but we can't add the background, and the background was custom. And so we don't really want to just host an unfinished animation on the channel. I think Ink was planning to post it for patrons, though. So maybe I'll poke him about that and try getting the alt ending out soon. Alt ending for K. Rool versus DDD.
Doesn't exist.
Well, I thought it existed, just not with the background, right?
It doesn't. It looks like it's a totally separate animation. We can just play at a given point in King DDD versus King K. Rool. It's...
I was just saying, like, I explained the issues behind it. I was saying, when do you think you could get that to patrons? Because you were talking about that.
Oh,
should probably do that.
I could do that probably tomorrow.
All right. Then it will come out tomorrow for patrons and members. All tiers? Or just the...
Yeah, all tiers.
Cool. Where is the Sephiroth versus Mewtwo alt ending? The universe is conspiring to keep it from you. It's done. We just can't get it.
It's been done. Technically, the alternate ending's done, but we want it to have the intro.
That's true. Yeah, there's an extra 2 minutes of animation coming to get that. It adds a lot more context for the battle, which was a big complaint that people had, is that wasn't there because we couldn't get the animation in time. So hopefully it'll come out soon, and then we can share it. How did Bill get cut if triangles are the strongest shape? Hexagons are the strongest shape, so you are wrong. Are we going to get 1 episode of Smash Bracket per month?
Technically.
Yeah.
We're going to get 2. Preferably more than that eventually.
I mean, I think what we're aiming for is 2 episodes of Smash Bracket per month and at least 1 of SmackDown. Hopefully 2. But it's kind of hard to...
What I see happening is if we can get... once we get sponsors, if we can get each video sponsored enough to cover the costs of animation and production, then 2 Super SmackDown, 2 Super SmackDown, and 2 Smash Bracket until late next year when we finish Season 1. Then I see 2 Super SmackDown, or 2 Smash Bracket, 1 Losers Bracket, and 1 Super SmackDown. That's what I imagined, but I don't know.
So many videos.
Let me read a couple from here real fast. So we've got Delilah, I see you saying, please answer my question because you're curious, and I don't see your question. Matthew says, I want to strongly commend you guys for going into such a strong and demeaning endeavor. I can't wait to see you guys continue to grow, and I hope you get through the whole series. Much love from Broomfield, Colorado. Oh, thank you.
That is demanding, not demeaning.
Oh, yes. Well, sometimes it can be demeaning.
Only when we post episodes about Sonic.
Do you plan to use the weapons from Rise of TMNT or their original weapons? They're Rise of TMNT weapons for sure, but they do get their original weapons at the end, right?
No.
Don't they use their original weapons at all?
Yeah, for like 1 minute, and then they break.
Oh, really?
In the first episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you told me to get... Oh, you just said they get much stronger.
Yeah, you haven't finished it still?
I don't do anything but work.
You've been sick.
I haven't been able to do anything.
They use gardening tools at one point.
They're Rise of weapons. And aren't they good at like fighting with... Is it fish that they fight with?
Fish and ladders.
Fish and ladders.
We have to have that.
We do.
When will Greninja versus Diddy come out?
Probably this Saturday.
Are you going to give Greninja its Ash Greninja form for the fight? Yes, but I don't remember if it was
It's not
relevant.
in the animation. It wasn't relevant. But, yeah.
We included it. It just... I don't think it had
Next
enough
time Greninja's in an animation, we'll probably...
Greninja has the worst feats I've ever seen because they're so flashy and do nothing.
And they're webbed.
Who do you main in Smash and why? I guess DDD's my main. I haven't played in forever, though.
In Melee, I play Ganondorf because he's awesome. And in Project M, I play Snake because he has a sleep dart, and it is awesome. And you can jab reset into a sleep dart and do a really cool combo where you get mine on them and then throw them up in the air with an up air, and then you detonate the mine, and it's my favorite thing ever. And then in Ultimate, I don't play it much, but Donkey Kong is who I default to. So, fun fact, I do suck at Smash, but everyone thinks I suck at Smash way more than I do, because I noticed all these Smash YouTubers would put footage of them playing, but only show the highlights, and so I made it a goal on my channel that I would never show myself doing well in a match. So I do like anti-highlights.
Fun fact, peek behind the curtain. My wife actually records a lot of Ink's Smash footage and just uses his name to make him seem even worse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Matthew, do you think you guys would make a higher tier level for your channel memberships? I definitely upgrade. Yeah, we would, 100%. What kind of things would you want? And what kind of tier are you thinking?
And how much money will you give us?
That's what I was asking more tactfully.
I am not tactful. I try to be. It's hard. We need money.
Sorry
but
about
I don't want to,
by the way.
take money. What? I don't know, though. I do feel like we've got really good benefits already, so I'm not sure what more we could offer.
Calls
we could,
with the team.
what if we do a $50 tier where you call and sing people to sleep with lullabies every day?
I thought you were going to say, like, do a call between me and you and the person for, like...
I mean, I guess we could do that, too.
Each month, where we talk about character or anything. We won't have a Halloween special this month, but for next month it'll be Gengar versus Boo.
Will you use My Little Pony characters? We will if they are in SmackDown. We don't really choose much of those matches.
Yep.
Question, when do I get to be on the Q&A? From Levi.
Now. Oh, wait, I understand what you mean.
Are we bringing him on for a Q&A?
I don't think I'm set up to do that, but I'd be all right with it. I mean, actually, we have input capture, or output capture, so theoretically, we could just bring him on now.
I guess if you want
be able to hear him.
Now, Levi.
It would be a disaster if we try to do it now.
Okay, next week. Maybe,
Man,
if you remind us.
Why do you choose to make the victory animations the most likely way that they could actually win, rather than just something else for show value? What?
We kind of do a mix of both.
I don't understand the premise.
So, okay, say Jigglypuff could only win with Toxic. Why do we, in the animation, show her winning with Toxic instead of showing her, like, throwing Kirby into a blender because it's more fun?
Oh. So, there's a couple, there are a couple... My brain is gone, I'm sorry.
Real quick, Matthew got his tattoo at the place where you got your damaged tattoo from.
Oh, really? I felt real sketchy driving
That's
through
hilarious.
that alleyway and then just pointing my phone in horizontal mode at the storefront.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so I was like, can I pretend like I'm watching a video? Like, it was really awkward. I didn't even go in there. That was the last thing I filmed. I just went right by it.
But as for the way that animations end, we try and make it accurate because we don't want to portray characters doing things that they can't do, usually. Unless it's Isabellistic.
Yeah, and that was just... Yeah.
But,
The thing is, there are shows like Death Battle or other versus series where characters put up a better fight than they actually would for the spectacle of it, or do things like hurt another character when they wouldn't be able to, or kill another character in a way they wouldn't be able to. And the way I see it is that those shows already exist for people who want to see stuff like that. And so I want to try to keep our animations as faithful as possible, and obviously it's hard to know because we don't totally finalize our research until a week before it posts, meaning like finalized numbers and everything. But I want it to feel like what would actually happen if those two characters met up. So try to have canonical heights, try to have canonical power levels. If something's a stomp, then we'll make it an entertaining stomp. We won't just make it even for the sake of having it be even. In theory.
it's a work in progress to find the right balance between everything. But that's kind of the idea. That's our goal for the series. And we're trying to find a good way to get there.
Yeah. I have a soft spot for Epic Rap Battles of History, and I have like 80% of them totally memorized. That was a question. I'm not just randomly saying that.
I saw it. I think we had one more. Why do we see Akechi from Persona 5 in the trailer, but we don't see him in the lineup?
The lineup is imperfect. It was just to help people in the Discord server keep track of which battles were currently in the works, but some of those might change. Like Batman versus Crypto might turn into Doom Guy versus Crypto, for example.
We've already had a few of them switch around.
Yep. So that's just to kind of get a general idea. But because we don't necessarily choose these, they're chosen by community members, then they're free to
they're free to change around.
Yeah, free to change around.
In general, with the Patreon ones, those are locked in because there's not going to be a good way to let that switch around in the future. But for the researcher ones, those are the ones that can change.
Yep.
And then we also we have some, like, we don't want to play all of our cards early. We are pretty open, but there are some we want to save, so. Would you rather a donation to continue your series or unpaid volunteer for the research team to keep costs down? Well, I mean, most of our research team is unpaid. We've started giving them a small amount of money. I say that, but I have yet to figure out how to pay them for last month, but generally, I think the donation would go further. We've got a lot of people helping on research, especially with the public server. A lot of people there are really dedicated to sharing feats for characters, so we get a lot of help. The biggest thing is just paying for costs. Like, animators are expensive, music's expensive. I've recently discovered that there are several hundred manga I'm going to need to buy and import myself because they don't exist anywhere else, and then pay for translations of them. And that's going to cost probably tens of thousands of dollars, and that's horrifying to me. So yeah, the money would definitely go further to help the series, I think. Yeah, as much as we appreciate everyone volunteering their time to help with research and stuff.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about your matchups that you want before your voice is all
let me look through a couple of these. How would you treat things like Dora being able to get literally anything because the song says anything that you may need I got inside for you? I would take that as artistic license to make a fun sounding song. But we were actually just talking about Miraculous Ladybug and her, not Wind Button, what does she call it? Lucky Charm that creates whatever she needs to defeat her opponent with the Mystery Mouse Catool and Mickey Mouse. I'll let that one sit. Why did Sephiroth kill Cloud over a slice of pizza?
I was wondering how many people would get that. I figured it wouldn't be very many. But in the remake for Final Fantasy VII, his friend dies. And as they're dying, he holds them and goes, "You owe me a slice of pizza." And screams it out. And it's so stupid. So we wanted to reference the line.
Yep. Any indie characters you're thinking of making matchups? Hollow Knight's an indie character, isn't it? Or
yep.
the
Hollow
Vessel.
Knight and Ori. And
no,
also,
Ori isn't indie.
Yes, he is.
I thought it was AAA.
No. Maybe the second one is, I guess. But it was originally indie.
Oh.
And then there is, I guess maybe Stylish. That match is in limbo. There are definitely a lot of them that we're thinking of.
Yep.
I have a lot of them on my list of characters that I want. I say
Let's
that.
talk
I
about
haven't
it.
actually finalized my list.
I have my list. We're going to take a very short break while I pull up my list. You can go get water if you need it. I'm going to take another cough drop, and then we'll be back to talk about our most wanted matchups.
Great.
Put your most wanted matchups in the meantime in the comments, or actually in the chat, because that's where I'll see them.
Why do you sound so weird saying that?
Because I feel weird. We're back! Woo! I gotta stop doing that.
You gotta treat your voice well.
Okay, so a lot of my most wanted matchups we're already doing, but I have a list of several that I'd love to do that we're not doing yet. So we should both start with our number 5. You want to go first?
Oh, did I rank them? Number 5. Okay. My number 5 then would be a Path of Exile character versus someone. I'm not quite sure who. Maybe Kratos, because wow, what did you do? Holy crap. Not you, Master Chief. What did you do? I've never seen that much spam.
It was funny that it's from Master Chief, too.
That's great. Anyway, yeah, Path of Exile is one of my favorite games ever. I think it's a lot of fun, and I would love to try and interpret their skill system in bracket. And I'm not sure who would be a good match. I have no idea what kind of power level they have. So I'm not sure who the opponent would be.
For me, I'm going to put my number 5 pick at Boogerman versus Captain Planet.
Why?
Not really, because Boogerman was the first platforming game that I ever played, and I meant to say
Really?
Captain Underpants. Yeah.
Captain Underpants makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, not Captain Planet. No, that's not my real one. I'd probably say that my 5th most wanted is the MCU Avengers versus DC EU Justice League. That's a lot more manageable to research than just general Avengers versus Justice League. We will need to wait a while to...
Oh my gosh.
We'll need to wait a while to be able to get like enough build-up in the DC EU Justice League. But...
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by the PlayStation is trash account.
Oh my gosh. Stop spamming.
Anyway.
Number 4 then.
I have to turn off chat just so I can't see it.
That's fair. My number 4 pick would be Harley Quinn versus Jinx, I think.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, that one is a channel pick. That would be great for the channel. But I like the characters too. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Why?
Just because they're both crazy. Like, the animation would just be insane. And a lot of fun. My wife really likes Jinx too, so it'd be fun to do, not necessarily for her, but I know she would enjoy it, which makes it nice.
Yeah, that really would be super good for the channel. My number 4 is going to be... I don't know how to rank all of these. Okay. It's going to be Koro Sensei versus All Might. 2 teachers. Both of them are strong. I don't know who I think would take it. Who do you think?
Koro Sensei, probably.
I think he actually might have more fighting experience.
I think that, like, with what's shown...
He doesn't. That was a stupid assertion.
No, he definitely has way more experience.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he only did it for like a year or 2.
No. Really? Like, his backstory?
Oh, no, I'm wrong. You're right. And which
Yeah.
means I was right.
Yeah, I think that one would be fun. I think Koro Sensei would win, but I know that All Might has some pretty crazy stuff too, so I don't know. There's also a lot of really good scaling arguments for All Might because he's so explicitly above everyone else. So
yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Anyway, number 3 pick. You go first this time.
For number 3, I am going to say, oh gosh, I wrote down Composite Sun Wukong versus Composite Zeus from Mythology.
Why?
Why would I write that? That's stupid. I'll go with the one right under it, which is Team Rocket versus Team Pilaf. I think that would be very fun. Dang it, I don't have a good number 3 pick. All right, I'll say Billy Batson versus Ben 10. Shazam versus Ben 10, but only as kids. No powers.
That would be great for the channel. Just watch two kids beat the crap out of each
Thing
other.
is, we could use them in the thumbnails, and people would expect a totally normal fight. And then it's
So
just kids
stupid.
just punching each other. Live action. Oh, man.
We know some 10-year-olds. I don't know how old Billy Batson is, though.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I guess Ben gets older than 10.
That's true.
All right. Number 3 for me would be Shang-Chi versus Vin from Mistborn.
Ooh.
Just because, like, the entire connection is because watching the Shang-Chi movie and how he fought with the rings is just incredible.
Okay, what is Mistborn? People aren't going to know it unless they're cool.
Mistborn is one of, if not the best book series.
It's my favorite ever.
It's about people who can ingest metal and then, like, burn it to do magic. And they fight in a really physics-based way by, like, throwing themselves or metal around based on which one's heavier, or they can do things like calm people's emotions, or even, like, see into the future. I just think that it would be incredible to watch.
Funny you should say that, because my next choice is Korra versus Vin.
She would just be so good in an animation.
She really would. Anyone from Mistborn would be, honestly.
We have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
And
And
do you want
then-
to talk more about Korra versus Vin?
Yeah, there's no real connection. They're two female protagonists that are really cool, and it would be really fun to see them fight.
Ink and I don't care as much about connections as I think a lot of people do. We just want to see cool fights.
I will say, though, that I think connections are gone about the wrong way sometimes. For example, I think people just look for characters who are similar in interesting ways, such as Quicksilver versus Flash. But I think that it can be really interesting to find characters who are similar to,
the villains.
yeah, the villains that they fight, or even just ones who oppose them ideologically. Like, I think Wario versus Lucas is actually a really interesting fight, because Wario kind of symbolizes greed and capitalism isn't the word I'm looking for. But Lucas very much is the opposite side, coming from a town where somebody like Wario made his people kind of subject to being corrupted. So I think it's really cool. Real fast question from Matthew. If you guys get channel sponsorships independently to fund each episode, would that be enough to include a Mii costume, or Mii costume fighters into the Smash bracket? I've noticed finances seem to be your main hurdle. As to include those, would sponsorships lead to that being a possibility? I would definitely consider it. If we had everything sponsored, yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
open
I
to
mean,
it.
if we were sponsored enough to, like, fully fund the series, then I'd be open to just opening the floodgates, adding way more. We'll do a spirits bracket. Every spirit in Smash Bros. That's 100% confirmed.
That would be a mess. Anyway,
That is not happening ever. But yeah, sponsorships, we're looking for them. They're hard to find good ones for. But once we get them, we can hopefully do a lot of cool stuff with the series.
all right, should we get to our number one?
No, we should get to our number 2.
I just did my number 2. It
Oh,
was
I
Vin
should
versus
do
Korra.
my number 2 then.
Okay.
My number 2 pick would be Ainz Ul Gaun from Overlord versus Vecna from D&D. Three people know both of these characters.
All right, explain it.
They are both undead liches of, like, godlike power.
What's a lich?
A lich is like a skeleton, but it's super smart and does magic. And when you kill it, it comes back. So they're both incredibly knowledgeable about magic. They run huge organizations / have a lot of followers. And they are absurdly powerful. And Overlord is my favorite series, despite it not being good enough to deserve that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
love
my
it.
favorite is probably Death Note or Avatar.
Overlord is like what would happen if you took a level 20 D&D character into a world where level 2 characters were the highest, and
That's really interesting.
it's so fun.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm changing retroactively my number 3 pick. It's Dritz Do'Urden from D&D versus somebody. Lucina. That would actually be cool.
A D&D match would be cool. Can we get Critical Role to sponsor us if we do a D&D match?
Oh,
We could get them
actually,
to voice the character.
I don't know if they would voice them, but
They're actors. We could hire them.
how would we afford that?
Guys, donate to us, please.
But if we do like a Mighty Nine Battle Royale, or even...
that would be so good.
Even, who's their other one? Vox Machina. And time it with the release of their other episode. I don't know, like, those always get lots of views, and it would be more interesting than their level 20 Battle Royale that they tried to roleplay. That was
And
no
feats
fault of
would
their
be
own.
so easy because we could just open up the book and know what the characters
That would be so easy. And there's only 900 hours of content that we have to go through.
They've got a wiki.
That's true. That would be so cool.
I'm not committing to that, but I love that idea.
I also love that idea. Holy cow, I do. I really love that idea.
Anyway, let's go to our number one.
Yeah, number one. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
Yeah, mine is Toriko versus Invincible. The connection there is that they are both from series who have really explicit feats with very clear numbers and science backing them. And I need that.
What's Toriko?
Toriko is a manga, I think there's an anime too, but I've heard it's bad, about this world where like everyone is super obsessed with food and gourmet stuff, and the world is entirely revolved around that. And it just has like a lot of crazy things happening to get the best food.
So that's different than Food Wars?
Yeah. No, this is like an action manga with a dude who hunts down rare and powerful creatures who taste really good.
That's Dragon Ball Super, and that's Beerus.
It actually, yeah, he would be a really good fit if he didn't just totally destroy them. I don't actually know how strong they get, though, so maybe it would be even.
Gotcha.
I know that the only feat I've seen from the crazy stuff is when a monkey swiped a mountain with its tail so that the mountain popped up, and then it picked up the mountain and threw it across the ocean like a skipping stone. And it skipped across the entire world until it whittled down to nothing from hitting the ocean over and over again. And the mangaka gave, like, measurements for how fast it was going and how far it went and how long it took. And it made me very happy. Oh, and how much it weighed. So
I love how explicit, like, Invincible is the only show I've seen that feels like what you would expect to happen from physics with what they're trying to portray actually happens.
right, it's great, and I love it, which is why I want it in a battle.
For me, my number one, well, first off, put your number one most wanted battle in the comments, or in the chat, and I'll go through them after I say mine. But my number one is Zagreus versus Percy Jackson versus Hades from, or not Hades, Hercules from Disney's Hercules. I think that would be really cool. Battle of the Demigods. No one ever uses book characters. And so I think having someone like Percy Jackson, who's still very widely known, would be a really good catalyst into that. My only issue is that Zagreus would die and lose, and that's sad.
Maybe he could manage.
But yeah, that's going to happen eventually. I don't know when. But before I die, well, I can't say that definitively. I can, like, no river so long it doesn't contain a bend. I would love to make it, though.
We'll make it in honor of you if you die.
Oh, that's actually very sweet. All right. Hey, that's mean.
We would.
Okay, let's go through things we may have missed. Ooh, Alexander Hamilton versus Luigi. Battle of the U.S. Presidents. U.S. Presidents. That's a funny joke.
Ainz versus Rimura is great, too. I just like the D&D connection, because no one does D&D stuff.
Lucina versus Lucifer. There's so many different Lucifers you could be talking about here.
Composite Lucifer out of everything?
They might be a bit out of your pay grade for Critical Role.
A
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
think so.
They do, like, professional content.
If
so.
they voiced for somebody in fan content, they'd, like, be crossing a line, I think, because there's
That's
so
true.
much fan content.
Not if they got paid for it.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't expect
they
them
get
to.
crazy views on everything they post. Let's see, what's the better fight? Bill versus Discord. I see that a lot, and I just learned the other day that they're not talking about the
The platform?
platform. Who is Discord?
He's from My Little Pony.
Gotcha.
He's like a giraffe snake thing.
Bill versus Demencho. Is that Mario or Kirby? I always
Mario.
forget. And then Bill versus Pennywise. I don't have an opinion because I don't know any of his opponents very well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Pennywise or Dementia. I vaguely know a little bit about Dementia, but I like Discord best because I know a tiny bit about him.
Let's see. I accidentally scrolled down a ton. Okay. Ellie and Joel from Last of Us versus Laura Croft would be an interesting balanced battle. That would be interesting. Let's see. Does Laura Croft... She has a ton of weapons from Rise of Tomb Raider. And we know Joel's weak to bludgeoning damage. So he could... I don't know. I think Laura would take it. She's had some crazy stuff.
I don't know anything about her.
SCP-682 versus Doomsday. That one's really interesting. Or Ridley versus Vile. Actually, no. That one's not interesting because Doomsday destroys him. Because I don't care what you guys say. Because here's the trap with that matchup. Is it's obviously Doomsday destroys him. Oh, but you did not consider that SCP-682 is actually a sky lizard who's very big and forever away and impossible to kill and can destroy anything. So I don't know what you want us to do there.
I'm afraid of using anyone from SCP because people could just edit it and it would be canon.
You think they'd let us make our own canon SCP
We
battle?
could edit it.
Let's see.
Can someone turn Smash Bracket into an SCP?
Paul Blart versus Redacted. I am very excited for that fight.
That one is so dumb and so great.
Plasma. Can you leak Paul Blart's opponent? I'm hyped to see him fight Larry Daly. I don't know who that is.
Well, now you've just confirmed it's not them.
Dang it. Crap Guide to D&D has Matt in it for half a second. Fan content. I'm losing my voice, so I might need you to take over.
All right. Should we call it? No
Yeah,
reactions for
I don't
tonight?
think I'm going to be able to do Death Battle reaction tonight, guys. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, and I need to be able to record the script for Diddy versus Greninja sometime soon, probably tomorrow morning. But yeah.
All right, then. Well...
Oh, wait, Larry Daly. I think that's from Night at the Museum, right?
Oh, is that his name? I just know him as Night at the Museum guy.
Guy. Oh, yeah, that's who it is. I saw a lot of people speculate that.
Well, way to kill the speculation.
Oops. No, it's dumber than that.
It's a very dumb matchup.
But it's also great.
It's the dumbest matchup that will feel perfect.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I wish we could do more. I wish I had some more energy for you all, but my voice is just leaving me. I'm still a little sick. So I'm going to go lay down.
Just end it like that.
Just kidding. No, that's not the ending. Yeah. Anything we need to plug or...
Kickstarter's still running. We have funded, which is great. It still has a ways to go. We still have some of the bigger rewards left, which are awesome, and you should totally do them if you can afford them. But yeah, the more money we get there, the more we're going to be able to do. We have some really fun stretch goals. Yep. We will add more tiers to Patreon and YouTube soon, I guess.
Yeah.
Since there's demand for that. If you guys have any ideas for that, go and post them maybe in the feedback channel on Discord.
And feel free to tag us. I'm okay to be tagged for that.
Yeah. Please do.
But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see y'all on Saturday with the new Smash Bracket and maybe some stuff before then. Go follow our Smash Bracket crew channel to see Green Arrow versus Archie Sonic, but it's their chili recipes. That's not out yet, but it will be eventually.
Someday soon.
Yep, and that's that. Thank you guys. See ya.